This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. That's what the kids say. So yeah, thank you all for listening. What are we doing this week, Jeff? Go.
We are doing, what are we doing this week? Oh, Sailing the Seas of Cheese by the Primuses.
By the Primuses. And we're doing
by
Primus.
the Primi.
By the Primi. We're doing Primus this week because you and I are going to see Primus this week in Arizona on Friday night. So by the time you listen to this, we've already seen them. But we're just excited. We're just excited right now. And
pretty excited. Pretty fucking excited.
Friend of the pod, Skip, was supposed to be on this episode, so I'm going to cyberbully him a little bit. But he decided to be a little bit about it and get engaged. So he doesn't. He and the kids, so he just doesn't have time.
He's probably still crying over Ozzy.
Yeah,
him in his personal respect. I'm from Birmingham, then I fucking love me Ozzy. Sharon, Lindsay,
fellow fucking Brummy over here.
No.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Skip, friend of the pod, Skip was supposed to be on here. He was on our last episode when we did Green Naga Hide last year. So I wish he was here, but you know what are you gonna do? Life happens, whatever. So wish you were here, dude. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into Primus sailing the seas of cheese. Let's get into our origin story for Primus, and then we will get into first impressions, banger stinkers, and like I said, everything in between. So what do you got, Jeff? Origin story, Primus, go.
See, there's actually a funny Simpsons episode where Homer's on vacation, and he keeps sending Marge postcards. And every postcard is the same. It's a different girl in a bikini, but every postcard says "Wish you were her" instead of "here." And like Marge reads it, and she goes like, I wish you would stop sending these. And it's just such a dude. Their marriage is so fucking perfect and funny. Anyway,
was from the first 6 seasons of The Simpsons?
That was an early one, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I guess
I wish you would stop sending these.
That's better than South Park. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Fucking hell, dude.
I guess that's better than South Park.
If you watch good television, you would know, and if you listen to good Primus, you would also fucking know, but you don't. So,
right.
So like
origin story. Yeah, Primus. What do you got?
Origin story for me, obviously, is with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Primus was the band that was just too out there for me, too fucking weird. Like the people that listen to like Manson and stuff. Like that, like even Primus for them was still kind of like, oh yeah, but also Primus. I like Primus, and like nobody in my circles ever talked about Primus. All the Mexican kids that I went to school with, nobody talked about Primus. It was hip hop, and then like a couple of us like white kids that hung out. It was like pop punk, but that was like it. But then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater dropped, and now it's like, dude, everybody liked Primus. But don't forget, I had the N64 version.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it was instrumental, right?
I didn't hear vocals to Jerry until years later, until many years later.
That's so crazy. But
crazy. Jerry was my third favorite track on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Obviously Superman, and then New Girl, and then Jerry. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is really cool. So I had no idea what Les even sounded like until like years later. And like it took a long time for me to even get into Primus, like well into like high school, and you listening to Primus. So I don't know. I think my true introduction is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and then my general introduction would be just hanging out with you in high school and listening to more Primus.
All right, there you go. All right, so 1 second, I need to kick the dog out of this room. Hold on.
Don't kick the dog. You don't kick the baby.
1 second.
Don't kick the baby. Don't kick the baby. Not kick the baby.
All right, so my origin story with Primus is also Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the first one. I had it on PlayStation 2. I played it on PlayStation, or not PlayStation 2, on PS1. That's where I originally played it. So it had the actual real version of Jerry Was a Race Car Driver. That's the first time I ever heard Primus. It also had the Vandals Eurobarge, which the N64 version didn't have at all. So the PS1 version is the superior version. But anyway, yeah, so my origin story is that game, and it was one of those bands, one of those moments that you never forget, that would just kind of change things. You never heard anything like it, and I instantly became obsessed with it. And I remember I would try to buy the CD, but I could never find it anywhere. So I didn't have the CD for maybe a year or two, and then Napster came along, and then I downloaded it off Napster. I downloaded the whole album off Napster, and I burned it on a CD, and then that's how I had it for a long time. Late middle school, I got Pork Soda, I got Punch Bowl, got Brown Album, got all the good stuff. Except for Antipop, I got everything but Antipop. That was the only thing that for whatever reason, I never got because I never saw it anywhere. Nobody ever sold that record.
And it sucks. Even younger you is better than you now.
So yeah, I never had Antipop growing up. I didn't get into Antipop until like probably my mid 20s. Like it took a long time because I got so accustomed to, early 90s Primus.
Music,
And then
I get it.
Yeah, I think it was right before Green Naga I finally listened to Antipop, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, this shit's so fucking good. It's their best record. So, yeah, origin story in the end. Origin story is Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the first one for PS1.
I will say too, like I've never been like a huge Primus guy. Like I've never been a guy who's like, oh fuck yeah, let's go. Like I would never have seen Primus in our high school days, and then post high school into like the college era of our partying and stuff. Maybe like I would have seen Primus if it was cheap or whatever, but like I wasn't a big Primus guy then. I've only been a big Primus fan almost like in the pod era. Like that's really when it's taken off.
If I remember correctly, I think you got into them when we did this album. We did Sailing the Seas of Cheese in 2019. I know we did it then because that was the last episode we ever did before we changed format. We completely changed format in late 2019. And cheese was
funny.
The last episode we did, and so we got rid of it, and then we essentially started fresh in 2019. So I think that was around the time you got into it.
That seems right. Like I've never disliked Primus. I've just never been into Primus, and like I think the pod era is like the beginning of my more casual Primus listening experience.
Me likey. So let's get into our first impressions on Sailing the Seas of Cheese, and then we'll get into banger stinkers and everything else. Like I said, so first impressions. What do you got on Cheese?
The more I love Primus, the more I get into Primus, the more I explore the different members of Primus, mostly the drummers. The more I kind of realize. This sounds like a lot of knocks to Cheese, and it kind of is, but also Cheese is damn near perfect. So the more I feel like Cheese is like the entry point. If someone were to be like, hey, what's like a good entry point to Guns N' Roses, right? You give them Appetite. What's a good entry point to whatever band? If it's Primus, it's Cheese.
Yeah.
Like you say, hey, listen to Cheese. If you like this, like what you like about this record, you can get into either like Frizzle Fry, or you can get into Soda or Brown or Naga Hide or whatever it is. But Cheese is the perfect entry point. Nobody would ever do that. But Cheese is the perfect entry point into Primus. Not that it's like commercial and pop, but it is a little bit safe in the overall kind of Primus realm. But it's not even that safe. But it kind of does sound a little bit safe. A lot of these songs are bangers for me. And I really dissected these ones to the point where I was like, okay, why is this a banger? Prove to me this is a banger and not just like a really, really good filler song. But a lot of these songs are, in fact, filler songs. Just saying.
That's wrong. So yeah, first impression, I would also say this should be the starter album for anybody introduced to Primus. I think because you if anything, you're going to recognize either Jerry Was a Race Car Driver, or you're going to recognize Tweakers. I think those two songs are very big in their catalog, along with Too Many Puppies. I think those are probably like the big three, and Mud. Those are like their top four. Those are the top four big Primus songs. So yeah, I would say Cheese is the true like introduction to the band. Show everybody first, because it's the branching off. At that point, you can kind of say, okay, well, no, Cheese is great, but Pork Soda is my favorite. This ends up being better. Antipop is actually the best. Green Naga Hide, I love that one. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, this is truly a unique record No one ever sounds like this. Even Frizzle Fry didn't even sound like this. Pork Soda that came out after this doesn't really sound like Sailing the Seas of Cheese. It's just a wild fucking record. They were doing some wonky fucking shit on here. Some crazy I think honestly the wildest bass playing that Les has ever done. He does a lot of wild stuff, but this is the craziest shit that he's ever done on this record. So, and we'll get into that on some of the songs. 2 songs specifically, but yeah, anyway, so let's get into some bangers and stinkers. Do we have any stinkers on this record?
No, nothing even close to a stinker. And I was just being a stinker when I was ranking these songs, because I just felt, I don't know, some of these songs, are they really like beyond bangers? So like I'm trying to like transition into this realm now where if I list something as a banger, it's got to be a beyond banger, or it has to hit in this like nostalgic way for me. Otherwise, it's just a really good okay song, or an okay song, or a stinker.
Okay.
And everything here is at least a really good okay song.
All right. So I have no stinkers either. I think there are 3 songs on here that aren't really songs. They're more interludes, intros, outros. You know, obviously being Southington Waltz, Granddad's Little Ditty, Seas of Cheese, and even Los Bastardos. I mean, that's really an outro. It's still a great song.
Absolutely.
But those 4 are my on the bottom for me.
Yeah, same.
Still all great, but they belong in the context of a record rather than standalone tracks.
They serve a purpose, but that's it.
But not as a standalone song. Absolutely not.
Nah.
So anyway, so with that being said, let's get into our bangers. How many bangers in total do you have? Like actual bangers do you have?
So all of those things you just said, plus 11. Those are the only non-bangers I have.
Wait, what? Plus the song 11.
Yeah, plus the song 11.
Okay, that threw me off. Okay, I have 9 bangers. So we're just about we're only one off.
That's almost the same. Yeah,
it's almost the same. So let's not talk. I guess we don't have to talk about 11. 11 is my number 5. It's my 5B.
Really?
Yeah. I do like the song.
What?
I do like it. Why don't you like it?
Because that's fucking high. I mean, like it's cool. Like obviously in the beginning we're getting Rush vibes here. These guys like Rush. Who doesn't fucking like Rush? If you're going to be in a band in the 90s and playing wild prog shit as a bass player, obviously like Rush. It's a wild song. I don't know. It's Tim, dude. You can hear Tim try and do some fancy stuff with the hi-hats and stuff, but it's just not. It's not up to like J-Ski standards, and it's like, And this is the first time that I realized that like the drumming on this record is fine. It's fine. He's a good drummer, and he's fine, and he stays.
He's more than good.
He stays in his lane. It's fucking fine, dude.
I think when we say that Tim's drumming isn't that good, we're just saying in the context of the 3 main drummers. You know, Tim, Brain, and Jay Lane. Yeah. Because I agree with you. I think Tim is my least favorite drummer out of the 3. He has a very great swing. He has some good groove, but he's a very extremely loose player. And Brain and Jay are so incredibly tight, but still very in their own league, very own identities. But Herb is he's just something else. But he's still incredible. He's still so incredible.
Like for me, when I listen, especially like Jay is like my favorite by far. But when I listen to like Herb here, I think like, oh yeah, Herb's a good drummer, right? Whereas I think like Jay, like dude, Jay's a good musician. And like that's kind of the difference. Where like Herb just plays like a drummer would play, and there's nothing wrong with that. It fits his aesthetic. It's fine. But then you hear Jay, and you're like, fuck, man. Like, you're, like, on a different level of songwriting. Like, how Grohl writes good, like, drum parts. Right? The intro, like, smells like Teen Spirit.
I mean, come on. Herb writes really great drum parts, too. You can't deny that.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Herb's just a good drummer. Out of here. No, he doesn't. No. I think you're getting a little crazy here. I mean, I know you love your Jay.
Herb's fine. Okay, he's more than like comparatively to like anybody else that was playing. I mean, all of the fucking shitty bands we've done from the 90s. He's a better drummer than all of them.
That's true,
right? But like, unfortunately, you just matched up with like one of the most unique, best, worst, whatever you want to think of the genre, the most unique bass player of all time, save for like Jocko or Victor or something like that. Like Les is like one of the most unique bass players of all fucking time.
Yeah, he is.
And so like you have the uphill battle of shit to climb on because you're never going to be as unique as him. But you take Herb out and put him in Limp Bizkit, he slays. Right? You put him in any fucking
Limp
band
Bizkit's
from the
not
90s,
not the fairest
slays.
example because John Otto is also an incredible fucking drummer.
Yeah, no, that's why I said Limp Bizkit, because they have a good drummer already.
I mean, the whole fucking band's great, but outside
Herb's
of
better.
Yeah, Herb really is. Herb really is. He's truly something else. The only kind of negative thing I will say about Herb is that when there have been other eras of the band, so when Herb rejoined the band in 2003, and then also when he rejoined after Jay left in 2013 or 14, when Herb came back, he never really played the non-Herb songs. And when he did, he never quite nailed it. Even Les said like Herb is fucking amazing, but he doesn't do Jay's parts right. And then even during the drum auditions with John Hoffman as the new drummer now, he even said like John Hoffman is playing stuff that even like he was playing just like Brain. He plays just like Jane. He could play Jay's parts exactly. He could play Brain's parts exactly and do just as good with Herb's parts. Like Hoffer can do it all. He literally can do all three drummers. But Herb was the only one who had trouble doing things outside of his era of the band. Brain only did his own stuff along with Herb stuff, but he did Herb stuff fucking great. He fucking nailed it. Jay nailed all of it.
Herb stuff great.
Jay nailed all of it, but Jay didn't do a lot of Brain stuff because at that time they did not want to do any Brown or anti-pop stuff. So Jay never really had a chance to shine on the Brain stuff, but he fucking absolutely nailed the Herb stuff. But going back to like the Pachyderm sessions from like 2021, that live thing that they did, like the hour and a half live thing they did, Herb just didn't quite nail the Brain stuff from Antipop and Brown. He didn't quite nail the couple Green Naugahyde songs. Just didn't have the same pizzazz, the same oomph to it, I guess. But anyway, that's the only negative thing I have to say about Herb because otherwise he's an incredible fucking drummer. And we're just like splitting hairs here between the three of them.
I mean, this is what happens when you're in a super group and you're the worst member.
but
like you're still better than everybody else.
Yeah,
right?
Even calling him the worst member is so fucking dumb. It's such a dumb thing to say.
Yeah, I know, because he's really and like, dude, he slays at the shuffle. Mm-hmm. Like when he incorporates the shuffle into like metal music and just like shuffling around what Les is doing, like the shuffle's hard, dude. It's not an easy fucking like drum beat to master. And for many years, I've made fun of Ringo and everybody else in the face of the planet has. But Ringo, dude, king of the shuffle.
Yeah. Like
absolutely. Killer drummer. So that's what Herb does here. He's the king of the shuffle in this when it comes to metal music and playing around Les. But he's the worst member. So
getting back to 11, just wrapping that up. This song, it's actually a pretty heavy tune. The first like 45, 50 seconds of the song is kind of like this kind of build up kind of drone thing. Then it drops into a pretty heavy kind of thing, very anti-pop kind, like almost like as heavy as the anti-pop songs. And it's very, very driving. It's I could see why you don't like it because you pretend to not like heavy music. So that's
Pork Soda's number 2 for me. That's the heaviest they've ever been.
No, it's not the heaviest they've ever been.
No, Anti-Pop is the heaviest they've ever been.
It's true. It is.
No, kid.
I would say Anti-Pop, Frizzle Fry, Pork Soda, Cheese. Then
you think
Brown.
Anti-Pop is the heaviest they've ever been?
Anti-Pop is hands down the heaviest they've ever been, yes. Hands down.
Yeah.
And it's also their best record. Not because it's heavy, but for other reasons, which I talked about on the rankings episode.
Pork Soda is the heaviest they've ever been. That's fact. I don't make the rules.
Pork Soda. You'll be doing just fine.
I don't make the rules.
So 11, this song, it's also an 11/8 time signature. So
11/8. That's
fun. That's not fun. that's not fun at all. But anyway, so let's move on. Let's get into that was your only okay song, and that was a mid-tier banger for me. So we're good with 11.
Yeah.
So or the song 11, I should say. So what's your favorite song? The best song on this record?
I mean, it's my favorite Primus song. That's Jerry. Jerry was a race car driver.
Just goddamn fast.
You know what's crazy too? It's like I knew, just because I played Tony Hawk so fucking much, right? Like every other person of our age, I knew that song like the back of my fucking hand. But it never occurred to me that there were vocals missing. And also the N64 version had no blood. So when he fell down, there was no blood.
Yeah, no blood, yeah.
So like the N64 version was so fucking different. And I tell you, man, when I first heard the vocal part to this song, it just added. Like sometimes like vocals, you hear like like a good instrumental, you hear vocals, like, oh damn, that just fucking sucked. I wish I would just go back to the instrumental. Like it made the song better. And it was like the first time I heard this song again. When I first, Jane was a race car driver, I was like, oh my God. This is so fucking good. Yeah. Like little kid us, right? Middle school, high school, fucking adolescent us. Man, I will never forget the first time I heard this with the vocals.
It was something else.
It was something else.
Well, I mean, I only heard it. I only heard the actual version. I didn't hear it just an instrumental. Because
I knew all the bass parts, right? Like I knew all the bass parts on my air bass. I knew everything.
Honestly, too. I mean, this is my number one banger. Let's just say that. This is my second favorite.
Should be.
This is my second favorite Primus song ever. But for years, it wasn't until like I was like deep in high school when I realized that most of the song is Les playing on his bass. It's all the finger tapping. I thought that was Lur playing. For years I thought it was Lur playing all the high parts. And then I remember watching a live, or it was you know what it was? It was the DVD. It was the DVD that came with that.
Desaturating.
No, it came with the animals should not try to act like people.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It was that when I bought that EP and DVD, I was watching the DVD, I was watching the live stuff, and I'm like, oh my, wait, this isn't Lur, it was Les, and it blew my fucking mind that Les was doing this on a 6-string bass, fretless 6-string bass, and on top of that, so this is their second record that came out. And going into the record, Les was kind of bored with the 4-string, and he was like, I want to beef it up. I want to do something different. I want to challenge myself. Dude, look what you fucking did on Frizzle Fry. You want to challenge yourself after that? So he reaches out to Carl Thompson, who creates a signature bass, and he's like, you know what? I want something bigger. I want a 6-string bass. What do you got? And he says, do you want a fret or a fretless bass? And he's like, let's go with fret. Let's just like make my life more difficult, essentially. So let's do a fretless 6-string bass. So we went from a 32-inch scale to a 36 scale. Is it inch? Is it inches, right? No. Is it 32 inches? No, it's not inches. What am I thinking? It's frets. It's frets. Sorry. It's not inches, it's frets. So he went from a 32 scale to a 36 scale, and that's a massive jump on top of just how wide the fucking guitar is. And he fucking did it, man. And then he makes this song. He's like, let's challenge myself and let's really fuck around. And you get fucking Jerry was a race car driver. One of the most unique sounding songs of all time.
It's very iconic. It's similar to like American Life in that it's built around this bass riff. But here, like in the very few times where I think like Lur is not just the bass player of this band, like Lur shines, dude. Lur comes through. Yeah,
you said bassist.
But he's the bass player. Well, he's the bass player of this band because he doesn't do fucking anything. You could take him out and he's completely worthless, and he's completely
like a bass
the songs
player
are still fine.
Yeah, like
a bass player normally.
Worthless.
Yes,
yeah, okay.
That's why I say like Lur is the bass player of this band.
I get what you're saying now. Okay.
It was a long joke. That's fine though. Yeah. But like here, I think Lur shines. Like his parts add to the song, and it's not just like, oh, he's clearly just riffing off Les. I think if you took Lur out and added something that was not that, it would take away.
It would be really weird.
Because that's fucking perfect. And like there's not an infinite amount of things you can even do with that bass fucking line, right? Like what do you do with that? Know. Like, hey guys, I got something cool. Like, you imagine if fucking like Joe Escalante like brought that into the Vandals. Like everybody would be like, I don't know. Maybe Josh would come up with like a standard, like typewriter technical thing that's just fine or whatever. But like, I've warned, like, what the fuck are we gonna do with this? Yeah. I don't know. What do you want me to do with this? It's like Lur slayed it.
Yeah,
that's all I think about there. And the whole like my favorite part of the song is the go, like doom, god damn. And that is so fucking
what's also so great about this song is that in the verses, Lur doesn't do anything on the guitar. He does nothing. He just lets Herb and Les do their thing. He sits back, doesn't accent anything until you get back into the choruses and other parts where he just like kind of just hits those kind of almost like single notes, just like a couple chords here and there, just kind of lets them drone out, uses a little bit of effects, some wah, and he just kind of just...
And there's a little melody to it.
There is a fucking great melody. Yeah. It's so fucking great. And then, yeah, once again, you get to everything it kind of builds up a little bit, and then, boom, go, doom, and then it's just like this, one of the heaviest things I've heard in music. It sounds like a fucking car engine, just like the biggest fucking gnarliest car engine coming out of your speakers, out of your headphones. It's so gritty. It's so gross sounding. But man, dude, when this song gets heavy, it's fucking when this song gets heavy, it's literally the heaviest thing they've ever done. Like those moments are the heaviest thing they've ever done, and honestly, some of the heaviest shit that most bands have ever done. Yeah, you could throw like some black metal, death metal band in there, but that's not like real heavy. That's just like, let's just like blow out the fucking speakers. This means something. When it gets heavy in the song, it fucking means something. It feels like a motor, like a fucking oil's like pumping through an engine. Like it just sounds real.
You can just be heavy, right? By just, like open E, just fucking grinding that thing, tuning it down a little bit.
Slayer.
But unless there's a reason for it, it doesn't mean anything. Unless I'm building you up to like break you down in that heavy part, it doesn't mean anything. And even like this like soft, quiet, high part thing, the do, that's a wild bass line and everything, but that's a soft bass line. It's quiet, it's chill, it's calming, because he's so good at it. He can make that kind of like soundscape. And so when we finally get to the super heavy part, it drops so aggressively, but really the entire song is aggressive.
It really is.
From the very beginning, it's aggressive.
Man, the finger, the tapping that he does is incredible. And watching him play it too, just the way he mutes the notes as soon as he taps it, he mutes it. Like almost immediately he mutes it after he taps it. So you get this just, I don't even know how to explain it, but you just get this tone that just, like, it just reminds me, it makes me think of like a checkered flag. Like it sounds like checkers. Like it's so, bam, 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 bam. It's just, I don't know, I can't, or like an electron, like a synthesizer almost. It just doesn't make sense on a bass. It doesn't make sense on a bass.
I like that because you said like he mutes the notes and stuff like that. So like I've always noticed, and it's something that I've noticed in real life when I jam with people, and then also in live performances, just like the sloppiness of a lot of guitar players. And the sloppiness of a lot of guitar players if they're playing power chords, but they'll thinking like the thumb should be muting some of the, like if you're hitting the low E string, the thumb can be muting that string. But a lot of times they'll let it kind of ring out or just not quite dead in the string, and it's just sloppy. It's just fucking sloppy guitar playing. And even like the high strings, right? If you're going for like like a higher power chord, or even like an open chord, like a D or something, and you're not muting the bottom two strings, like that's always just fucking bothered me. It's like that's not what that chord is, right? Like a D chord is fucking like an open D, just amazing, fucking beautiful, perfect chord. Fucking.
The best.
Not
chord.
The A minor is my favorite. I think that A minor is the best chord, but D is a beautiful, beautiful fucking chord. But too often, guitar players don't mute that A string, and it fucking bothers me. And so you're right. Like in Jerry, it's crisp. It's fucking crisp. Yeah. Like he does. If he doesn't want a string to be like known, and he's still gonna hit it, he makes sure that you cannot hear it, even if he's hitting that string.
Yeah.
And that is, I don't know.
It's incredible.
Man. Good musicianship.
And going to Herb on this song too, dude, he's so loose. He just lays back in that groove. Like he's never the driving force. He just lays back and lets Les just literally drive the fucking song the entire time. Boom, ba, boom. It just I can't even try to do it right now because you just have to listen to the song and just hear how he just kind of grooves. And I've never heard somebody. I've never heard a drummer really lay back in a groove as much as Herb does on this song. And that's what he does great with this band. Like you go to My Name Is Mud. You go to so many, especially the songs on Pork Soda. I mean, he just lays back in that groove and just swings and man, just so open sounding. There's no tightness to his playing, but that's also like the greatness of Herb is that there isn't a tightness. It's he's one of the loosest drummers ever. Like
it's almost as if he's just following like literally live. He's just following what Les does. He's staring at him playing the drums, and when he sees like Les's fingers move to a different part of the song, then Herb like counteracts or reacts to it, right? Like he's not playing with Les, he's just reacting to what Les is playing, and that's like kind of on like the tail end of the 4 count of the beat or whatever it is. Like he's just reacting. So sick. And I like that. That's cool. Like he's lagging behind, but that's what the song calls for. Like I don't need a Jay Lane in this fucking song. We don't at all. I need you to just chill and just drop me a good beat and let me do my thing.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is, man. So lyrically, let's get into this. I mean, the lyrics are actually a little bit deeper than I was expecting, but still, they're not too much to write home about. Lyrically, it's talking about, or like the first half of the song is about, or most of the song is about, like just some like random guy that he kind of grew up with. It was just kind of like a plain old person guy, but he thought he was cool. He wanted to be cool, but he tried way too hard. But he just drove a fast car. But he would always try to race, but he never won. He never lost. And that's what he talks about in the song too. Never did win a checkered flag, but never did come and last. You know, and that was the guy that he was describing.
Bocephus as fuck.
Yeah, little Bocephus fuck. And then the second verse, and the second verse is talking about his grandfather, like his step grandfather, and how he was a fireman, you know, and he talks about how great of a person he is, and in the end, the song is about just like local people, you know, just to El Sobrante. Is that how I don't know how you pronounce that city, but yeah, just like the local small town of El Sobrante up in Northern California, and just. That's what the song is about. Drunk driving and killing yourself drunk driving and a bunch of tweakers. That's really what this album is about. It's like, it's kind of like an autobiography, or like him just talking about his hometown. That's really what this album is.
Just talking about shit that he's seen, experienced.
Yeah.
But not in a complex way. Just like literally, I saw blue collared workers who were also tweakers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, pretty surface level. So,
surface level.
So that was both of our 1Bs. What's your 2B? What's your number 2 banger?
Oh, blue collar tweakers.
Let's get into that. It's my 8B. What do you got?
How is that your 8B?
I think at this point, I've heard this song.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
I'm just so tired of this song. I've heard it probably just as many times as I've heard Race Car Driver. You know, it's always the song this band plays at every fucking concert, every live performance I've ever watched on YouTube or on a DVD. They always play the song. This is like a true mainstay. I think even more so than Race Car Driver is. Tweakers is like the probably the song they played the most, I would imagine. And I'm just kind of tired of it. That's really what it comes down. I'm kind of just tired of it.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. Whatever.
And then when you watch the drum auditions, I'm sorry. Hold on. You watch the drum auditions.
Don't be sorry. Sorry.
I'm not really sorry. I don't give a fuck. But the drum auditions that they did earlier this year, dude, this is the song that every drummer this is the song that they would start with every single time. And it's just, I mean, it's a great song. No, they started with the song with Tweakers.
John picked this one. I thought he picked.
No. They always start with Tweakers. They always start with Tweakers, and then they give them the options after. And I think the option was between Salmon Man, Last Salmon Man, and Duchess. And he was the only one that chose Duchess. Or up to that point, he was the only one chose Duchess. So there you go. But anyway, Tweakers,
Tweakers.
I'm just
It's
kind
my
of
2B. I like when they do these types of songs, right? This is such an easy, basic, bare bones, stripped down song for them. Like the soft, loud shit. And opening up with that same kind of like siren sound that Lurds does in the beginning and the end. I think that's a nice touch. And I don't know, the song grooves, dude. Like nothing super fancy about the song whatsoever, but the melody is good. The groove works in its favor. The soundscapes are fun. And dude, that fourth verse is the best. The fucking bass dive on the like that may be my favorite part of the entire record. Like,
really,
that is fucking cool. And I don't know. He could just be sliding on a fretless, but I hope he's actually doing like a really fucking dope ass dive bomb where he's like detuning and then tuning back up. And that would be
I think he uses a whammy
sick.
bar, doesn't he?
I know he has a whammy bar on the bass, but I don't know if he can go that because that's a deep fucking bomb, dude.
I think he does
It's like
though.
it's like fucking like 5-6 notes. Like it's deep, and then it goes right back. I don't know. That part in the fourth verse is unreal. It's so fucking good.
He has to use the whammy bar.
I know he uses the whammy bar, but I don't know if the whammy bar can get that deep because that dive bomb goes deep.
It does. Yeah. Damn, it's good though.
We'll know in fucking 4 days.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm sure they'll play the song.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I wish they wouldn't, but they will.
Why would you not want them to play this fucking song?
I would rather see a different song. Like this is the first time I
name one other song.
Fucking
Anti-pop.
A bunch of stuff off of Green Nagahide, a bunch more stuff off of Pork Soda, even Frizzle Fry. I'd rather hear more songs off Frizzle Fry. Obviously, Anti-pop, of course, but that's obvious. That's obvious.
Song.
I would rather see them play the 7, or from the new record or the last record than I see them play. Violet. These are the saturating 7.
That's such a good song.
It's a great song.
Like that's not even a melody. It's just a pacing of words, right? But like the way he says it is just so fucking iconic. And
blue, indigo, violet.
It's the blue, indigo, violet for me.
That's
So the
best
blue,
part.
indigo, violet. What a dick.
How can you? It's just not even fair that they're this good. But Tweakers. I do like that the song starts and ends the same with Lur just that. He has the wah pedal, just pushing up and down. Just it's so simple. And then the little mute, the boom 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 boom, and they just kind of whispering, and then boom 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 boom, and just like fucking drops so fucking heavy with the big fucking power chords, everything. The whole dynamic aspect of this, the quiet loud is fucking killer. And the little build up into the heavy part too. You get like a couple tom hits from Herb there. The dum 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 bum 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 bum. Just that slight little build is so perfect. So perfect. Love it.
Yeah, it's good.
I really do like
Blue Collar Tweakers.
Lyrically, this going back to when he was a carpenter for several years in the 80s, and just seeing how these older union guys that he's working with, they were just to get through the day, they would just take a bunch of crank and just get all fucked up just to get the work done, just to get the job done.
Union guys are wild.
Yeah,
I've never been in a union, but when I did with the mat and the beer installation stuff, there was no union for us because there was only 2 companies that did that in the entire like California area. So like we couldn't unionize, but we worked with a lot of union guys, and like the amount of like they started work at like 4 a.m, and so come noon, the amount of like coffee and like Coke that I saw these guys do was fucking wild. And not just like younger dudes like we were at that time, which we probably like mid-20s, 26,
mid-20s.
27.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like 50-year-old electricians. Like, you want some? Like, nah, dude, I'm good. Like fucking like noon, man. But they've already been working for 6 hours, so
yeah.
Like, I get it. And it's funny in this song because he does mention how like fuck, man, even though these guys do a bunch of fucking drugs, they are the ones that make the world go round. And it's It's fucking true.
So we're good with those damn blue collar tweakers. That was your 2B, your number 2 banger. So my number 2 is Tommy the Cat. Love Tommy the Cat. Where does this one sit for you?
4B.
Okay. Still pretty high. Could be higher.
Pretty high.
Could be higher.
Could be higher. Could be 3 higher, but it's not.
So this features Tom Waits on vocals. He plays Tommy the Cat. He's the verses here. And damn, dude, this song is wild. It starts off with Herb doing the snare kind of roll in, and then it just drops into this wild fucking bass line, and Lur is just doing just playing this like really kind of weird lead that's kind of droning, and it's just kind of gross sounding, and then it all just kind of boom stops, and then it's just Herb, just the hi-hat and just a couple of single kicks, just doing that, and then Tom Waits comes in, and then it just kind of, it's so stupid.
I will say though, like having this feature Tom Waits is fun, it's cool. Tom Waits is iconic for being this quirky poet, but I don't know. If you didn't know this was Tom Waits, it would just sound like Les is just being weird. So like it's not an iconic Tom Waits thing. It's just like, oh, that's normal weird Primus. Oh, that's Tom Waits. Okay, cool. Yeah, I get that. Whatever. So like I don't add that to the value of this song, nor do I like devalue that overall for this song. But it is fun. And like Tom Waits, the podcast I listened to, he did it through a bullhorn, and during the mix, during the recording process, they were like we can just add like an effect, and later on he's like, no, I will only do it through a bullhorn. And I thought that was like the most like Primus thing Tom Waits could have done.
I also heard too that when they originally wanted Tom to do it, Les reached out to him, and Tom said, yeah, I'll do it. I'll send my own recording. And he ended up sending the recording, but on like a little cassette tape. And it was so bad and blown out. And the producer and engineer were like, this is just unusable. Like, this is not going to sound, there's no way we could church this up. Like, it's going to sound bad. So he's going to have to come into the studio. And they convinced Tom to come in. And he did. And then that's when the whole bullhorn thing came into play. And then now we have Tommy the Cat, which is great. And another thing too, this is one song on the record where Les has a kind of weird effect on his voice. Like it sounds like he's talking through a telephone, and this wasn't done by any like a real effect. It was just literally him singing through a styrofoam cup. That's how he got that telephone effect, which now he uses like a special mic to do on stage and even in the studio. But yeah, on this record, it was just he sang through a styrofoam cup, and that's how you got that telephone effect, which is super fucking cool, super DIY, and like we don't have that much money to do it. They recorded this record in like 2 weeks. Like it was like 12 days or something like that, and like half of those days were spent just doing the drums, which is cool too. But yeah, Tommy the Cat.
That was like that podcast we listened to when they had the engineer on there.
Yeah,
and the engineer was Ron Wrigley. I don't know what the fuck that is, but
he did the first 4. He did the first 4 Primus records.
Yeah, I mean he's just an engineer. Like what?
I don't say just an engineer.
He's no Rick Rubin or anything, but he's up there. But it was fun to hear, just kind of like, and the lackadaisical effort between everybody, and also just like the amount of drum tracks they did, because they recorded the tape, and the tape only has so many tracks, and one of the tracks has to be this specific, which I didn't know this, but this specific, like almost a timestamp.
Yeah, like
so the computer,
like a metronome kind of thing.
Yeah, so the computer can pick it up and understand like what is happening overall. And so out of their 24 tracks or whatever, one's already gone, and then like the next 14 were drums.
Yeah,
and like that is crazy.
Yeah, 24 track, or they use a 24 track tape. One of them was used. This is according to the engineer. One of them was used for that metronome. 14 tracks on Herb's drums, and he was saying like Herb's drums were so massive, like not just like sound wise, but just the actual kit itself. He said they were using drums that were like percussive instruments that he had never really seen. Like it was just so much like rototoms that most bands weren't even using at the time. Just like a bunch of random fucking shit. And he was using a pork pie set, and We know
Yeah.
Pork Pie because friend of the pod and old bandmate of the pod, Mike. He loved his pork pie snare.
Loved it.
And I mean, I agree with you. The pork pie snare, that pork pie snare that he had, that orange pork pie that he had.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Remember that fucking thing? That thing
Didn't it get stolen?
No.
That's the one that got stolen. That was the one that got stolen from the church.
Was it?
And he
No.
he had to buy the entire new set, and that's why he was broke for a long time, because he spent like $1,500 buying a brand new drum set.
I don't remember that.
Remember, like his drum set got stolen from the church?
I remember the drum set got stolen, but I don't think.
Yeah.
But I think the pork, because he had the pork pie snare. He only had the
Yeah.
snare. I don't think the snare got stolen though. I think that was the only thing that, because I think
he had a set, and that set got stolen, and all he could afford, because remember his dad
oh,
or
that's
whatever
right,
at the
yeah.
time, all he could afford was a snare later
And
on.
then that's why. Is that why he bought the pork pie? I don't remember now.
Yeah, that's why he bought the. Well, he could only afford the snare. He couldn't afford the big
That's
entire
right.
set.
Okay.
But the snare was what he liked the most.
Yeah, that snare was, I think, was loud. That crack on that snare was perfection. It was great.
I hope he still plays, because he was a good drummer.
God,
And
Mike
you could
was
tell
such a good drummer.
that he really he's like the Jay Lane of just like the snare, like that he just liked the snare,
He loved the snare
so much.
Mike was a cool drummer because he loved Travis Barker so much, and he always wanted to play like Travis Barker. I mean, he was never as good as Travis, obviously, but Mike was still so incredible. But he was primarily a hi-hat snare player. He didn't play that much on the toms. He focused so much on his hi-hats.
But he also agreed.
He
He also understood that Travis was he was show offy, overplayed.
Yeah.
Even though Mike was very show offy from what we played.
was. Yeah, he was show off. But it worked. It fucking worked.
It worked. It was fun, and it was endearing.
I miss Mike.
I miss Mike as a drummer. Mike G.
Yeah,
MG.
He was a good guy. Is a good guy. He's not fucking dead. What am I? God damn. But Tommy the Cat. Back to this one. A lot of little tangents here. Tommy the Cat here. Here. Okay, so this song wasn't written for this album. It does date back to the late '80s. This was on the Suck on This EP that they put out, the live EP, live album, I should say. So yeah, this is kind of like a re-recorded version of the song, but obviously done with Tom Waits in a more professional manner. And let's get into some of the bass playing. At this point in time, Les hates playing the song. I mean, we saw it in the drum auditions last year.
Yeah, he complained about it every time.
Because the choice was between Tommy the Cat and, was it Tommy and Jerry?
It was something like it was like two very, very popular songs.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was.
And every
it was
single
Tommy
time
and
he
Jerry.
was like, "Oh, everybody else uses Tommy." Is it
like,
don't give him the option,
damn it.
fucker?
I didn't want to do Tommy. I hate playing that fucking song.
Bro, like you are looking for an employee. You are hiring an employee.
Yeah.
If you don't want them to do it, then don't fucking give them the option.
And then literally every time somebody would say, "I want to play Tommy," they were so excited. Like, this is like their thing. They just wanted to play Tommy. And then Les was like, "Oh, fuck.
I gotta go glue my fingers. Hold on." Oh,
blowing
my
on
God.
his finger.
I'm
not sniffing glue. I'm not sniffing glue. I'm just blowing on my fingers. But anyway, yeah, Tommy the Cat. I mean, the bass playing is wild. This is on a 4-string bass. Dude, he gets so much out of the. I think you can't get more out of a 4-string bass than this fucking song. Not just his slapping, but his strumming, as well as his just percussive the percussive elements. You get to that break where it's just him playing. He's like bum 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 bam bum 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 bam bum 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 bum, and then it drops back into it. Just that little bit of slide at the end.
That slide up that leads into like the fucking funkiest line on the entire record. Like all that is perfection.
Yeah.
Like those single and then also like later on those single notes like to get back into the later fucking part is just, I don't know, dude. This is perfection. This is him not being an overly aggressive like flaunty bass player, but just playing a good bass.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's incredible. It's truly an incredible song. And Lure is almost non-existent outside of like the few leads here and there, which are great leads. I mean, this is a Les and Herb song. through and through. This is what this is. Because if Herb wasn't here to add to the transitions with all that fucking hi-hat work, the song would not flow nearly as well. You need Herb here to really truly complement Les. And yeah, Lur is just doing his little bit of thing here. So anyway,
I mean, Lur's just being Lur.
Lur's just being Lur,
and it's good. It's good.
yeah. Not dissing him, not at all, not dissing him at all. But he knows his place in the band, and he does a fucking fantastic job being Lur.
And like, I mean, we could go off for days about how that drum off thing too it was like less like speaking. Do you agree, Lur?
That's true too. Yeah.
And it was like, and again, I Lur's a better guitarist than I will ever dream to be. So I'm not like discounting him, but it is funny. It always reminded me of like John Rivers, like in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh God, like we all know who's in charge here.
Yeah. And what's even crazier is that Lur's guitar teacher growing up was Joe Satriani.
I know.
What the fuck? That's even fucking crazier. Like arguably objectively one of the greatest guitar players, in the last 50 years.
But he also taught like Kevin Cadigan from fucking Third Eye Blind.
Taught Kirk Hammett too.
And so it's all about like playing to the song, right?
Yeah.
Like Joe Satriani is one of the best.
Yeah.
They all play to the song. Kirk Hammett plays to the song. Cadigan plays to Stephen Jenkins.
Yep.
And Lur plays to Les.
It's perfect.
That's what makes a successful guitarist. Or even like any instrumentalist, any musician. This is a band for musicians. It's not just a band for like metalheads. And that's why like these guys could play with anybody. They could play with the Chili Peppers. They could play with Jane's Addiction. They could play with Limp Bizkit. But they could also fucking play with in like the jazz festival. They could open up for like Dave Brubeck and shit. They could do whatever the fuck they wanted to because they can do it all. These are musicians.
And also Lur comes from like a death metal background. I mean, I forgot what band it was. Like it was like the first death metal band, I believe, ever in the mid 80s. I can't remember who they are right now, but Lur was like the OG guitar player. I think he played on the first one or two records of this death metal band, but they are the first death metal band. And Lur technically is credited as like the first death metal guitar player. And then you get Blind Illusion, which came a little bit like 87 or 88, which Lur and Les were both in. And you listen to that first Blind Illusion record and it's fucking wild. I listened to it this week. I haven't listened to it in over 15 years, but I listened to it this week and it's wild. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not that great because it doesn't fit. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Lur is a fantastic guitar player. We're not talking shit on him. It's just
he's a on his own, he's an unreal guitar player. Like the scales he uses aren't just like normal Kirk Hammett like pentatonic minors. Like he's using like dope ass shit. Like he's doing a lot of cool stuff. The chords that he'll throw out sometimes. And like this is way into more musical theory than I'm capable of even talking about. But all of like the diminish and the adds that he's using, they're fucking rad. They're cool. Mm-hmm. But it's just you're in a band with Les Claypool.
I know.
Right? It's like who was like Victor Wooten's longtime guitar player? Like, do you know who that was? No.
Yeah,
nobody ever
Victor
will
Wooten
know that.
is like the great, like him and Jocko are like the two greatest.
Yeah, do you know Jocko's like long-term guitar player? Like, no. Fuck no. Like, why would you? Like, exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Lur is different. Lur is Les's longtime guitar player, and he accents him perfectly.
I think honestly, he accents him better than Todd Huth ever did. Like in the early days, and then listening to the Sausage record, amazing records. Don't get me wrong, and amazing stuff that they did prior. But what Lur does for Les is so much more than what Todd did for Les, and it's not a disrespect to either of them. It's just
I think like
Lur's better.
The Sausage record is one of it's my top 3, but it's not a Primus record. That's not a career. That's a fun one-off. Where Primus fans will be happy to hear that and like, oh, this is fucking amazing. But that's not a career. Lur is a career, and he's not just a one-off musician. Yeah.
So yeah, Tommy the Cat, something special here. Lyrically, it's about an old bandmate of Les's he nicknamed Tommy the Crank or Tommy the Crank or something like that. because he was just a smooth character. He wore a fedora.
It's just so sick.
He wore a fedora before everybody else. He knew how to woo the ladies. He was just the best way to describe, or the craziest way to describe somebody is by calling them a smooth character. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? A smooth character. So that's who Tommy the Cat is. It's Tommy Crank from one of his old bandmates, which is super cool too. Just
Tommy Crank, Timmy Chunks, good nicknames.
Great nicknames. So let's get into another song here. What do you got? What's your 3B? Wait.
American Life. American Life is my 3B. American Life is my 3B. And truly, like, I know we're getting kind of into the end game here, but like American Life is truly I really want to talk about this one. Okay. Everything else I can breeze through and we can call it or whatever. But American Life, I definitely have I have more notes for American Life than I do Jerry.
Okay, let's get into it.
Because first of all, like, sick riff from Les, right? Like, fuck you, dude.
It's very pork soda. Very pork soda.
Like, fuck you, man. Like, when people are that good, it's even like the whole like adage of like Babe Ruth calling his shot, right? He pulls his bat up in the air, and hits a dinger. It's like, man, fuck you.
It's the use of it's not only so he's doing so many things at once. He's doing the hammer-ons with his left hand. He's doing the strumming with his right hand. But then also, like, I just, there's so much going on. The hammer-ons and the strumming. Like, how do you make it that clean? How do you strum and hammer on that clean? It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense.
And I think like because we've both played a bass before, like we've held bass held bass,
and it's hard to fucking push those strings down.
And I own a Squier Bronco, right? Like a fucking bass guitar that the neck is essentially the same size as a guitar.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like I struggle with some of these fatter fucking low end riffs.
Yeah.
And to hear something like this that is so smooth, that's as smooth as like just most metal guitarists could play. And I just think, even though I have mad respect for Les, I just think like, man, fuck you, dude.
You're just too good.
That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Just
fuck you, asshole. Fuck off. But I like how the song builds. Like, no one ever takes away from that main riff. Right, the main riff is the song, and they shouldn't take away from the main riff. Lure in the chorus is fucking great. Perfect texture, like soft, dramatic, and even kind of like keeping in theme with like the ocean. Like the song just kind of like rolls along. I kind of give the, I don't know, little sea shanty vibes, like drinking a pint and just being like being sailor, that kind of thing. Oh, that was like Italian, what I just did. But the ending though, basically starting at like 3-minute mark is when Les like does the wail, like the vocal wail thing, and then everything after that is just beyond perfection. Les gets up on the riff and just joins the chaos. Things pick up a little bit, and this Lure just goes nuts. But like the main point for me here on this song was the deluxe version that came out in 2013 or 14, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. But there's a live performance of this that was from 2012. That's over 10 minutes long, and features our boy Jay on drums.
It was playing with them at that time.
And talk about like a jam track. Like, holy
damn, I didn't listen to it. Why didn't you tell me to listen to it? I would have listened to it.
I thought you would.
I didn't listen. I don't know. I just didn't even think about that.
Holy fucking
I didn't listen to the live tracks on this deluxe. No.
Because
I didn't listen to, I only listened to the deluxe version, like the actual tracks, once. The first time I listened to it, but then every subsequent listen I listened to the original mix. Because according to Ron Wrigley and also Les Claypool, they said that the remix or the remaster remix, whatever, in 2013,
there's no verb.
They took out like a shit ton of the reverb, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear like the original mix. So that's what I listened to. So I didn't even bother going through the live stuff either, because I just listened to the original mix.
Yeah, it's this was the big one. There's only 3 extra additional tracks in the deluxe version. But yeah, this one's over 10 minutes long, and it's dope because this song, like you don't hear this song as a jam song on Cheese, but when they do it live, you're like, oh yeah, like how did I not see that? This is a fucking jam song. This is a song where they should be warming up to, and Jay does Herb justice, like during the verses, during the parts that are supposed to be like, you know, kind of like by the book. like Jay does Herb, and he doesn't church him up. He doesn't fucking step on any toes. Doesn't disrespect anybody. But during the jam parts, man, it is unreal. Like if you listen to this live version and you don't think like Jay is the best drummer that Primus has ever fucking seen, then you're wild.
Because
you're a wild boy. He's not though. He's not like to me. It's so funny that you even say that because he's so not. Like it's arguing baseball. Like, oh yeah, fucking Mike Trout's the best or whatever, and then I can like 50 other people like, but he's not. But like no, but he is. Like, but he's not. I'm telling you, he's not. Like in every fucking way, shape, and form, he's not. Like Jay is the best. He is the best, Jerry. The best.
Jerry, the best. Well, okay. I guess we could argue about that some more later on another episode, but Brain is the best.
That'll be your homework. I'll add it to your homework notes.
No, I actually I really do want to listen to the American Life from 2012. I really do because I want to hear that difference in the jam and all that. I really
It's like
do.
11 minutes long.
Yeah, and that's fucking killer. That's fucking killer. Love that shit. So I love a good jam. I love a good jam unless it's Grateful Dead because that's boring. Give me some Mars Volta jams. I'm all in. I'm all in, dude. So anyway, so yeah, American Life. So in the end, this song is very loop based. I mean, really, honestly, through the most of the song, it's just Les doing that same riff. The entire.
And that's an amazing riff.
It is an amazing riff, but it's essentially
it's maybe the best riff.
It's essentially just a loop of his bass part, and then Lur and Herb are just there to literally just make the transitions because he doesn't stop. Les does not stop. It's up to the other two guys to build around that riff and literally build a song out of just that riff. Because he just fucking
how the
loops
fuck
it.
do you even like if you and I were jamming and I think like if you were like, hey, check this out, I just made this up, and you did that, and like I was playing drums, I'd be like, I don't know what you want me to do with that. You need to find somebody else. I don't know what to do with that.
But these guys are actually, professional musicians.
But like we've listened to enough music to where like you can imagine what you would do in a situation like that. You can like mentally visualize, even if your hands, because obviously we're all better mental drummers than we are physical drummers.
Of course.
But like,
of course,
even something like this, I don't think I can mentally like even come up with a percussive beat that would match like the intensity, or at least like prop up this intensity. So I do give Herb credit on that for putting this on a pedestal because he really, really fucking did.
All right. So lyrically, this one, just him talking about the American dream, how it's really not all cracked, what it's cracked up to be. Each verse talks about a different immigrant, one coming from like Thailand, one coming from, I think it was like Italy. I forgot where the other one was coming from, but just kind of like their life and how it's really not that great here and how everybody in the world has kind of been tricked and duped by the American dream. So yeah, I think this is like one of the deepest songs, most not politically charged, but like society charged. I don't know what the right word to say is here, but anyway, I don't know. American Life, good song, great song, killer song. What else do we have here? We did that. Sergeant Baker. That's my 3B.
Sergeant.
Where does this one sit for you?
That's my 8B.
That's so low though.
That's your 3B?
I love Sergeant Baker.
Why?
Sergeant Baker is my name. Let me tell you how to play the game of warfare.
It's good. It's got the little jazzy intro thing going on, and then we get into this like funk metal track that's impossible not to groove to. And then it's just like Les kind of yelling and doing his goofy sinking voice. Not bad. It's just not something that we haven't heard. I guess it's tough because it's 3 tracks into their second record.
Yeah.
So like if we think about sequence of release, like we haven't really heard this.
This is
but
also
like over the course of the career we have heard this.
Also, the bass part, it's just bum 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 bum. It's so loud. It's so just like punching you in the face. The whole bass line is like punching you in the face. It's very more slap bass than most of this record is. It's so aggressive. It's such an aggressive attack and such an aggressive approach to the song. and Herb really plays along with that. He plays a lot of the big toms with the snare. He doesn't really do a lot of cymbal stuff. Really, no hi-hat at all. It's just he's just fucking really driving the song along, really punching along with Les on the bass, and it just hits so fucking hard. Hits really, really fucking hard. Lur doesn't do a ton on here, just accents here and there, but otherwise it's a lesson Herb driven song. That's really what it is.
As much of the entirety of Primus's career is a lesson.
True.
Insert drummer here.
True, but I would say more so with this song than most songs on the record. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, no, I really dig Sgt. Baker. The only other song I think worth talking about would be Is It Luck? Because that bass line, I'm fine with Is It Luck, and then we could wrap it up and then end the episode. That sound good?
I mean, there's only literally one other song we haven't talked about, but yeah, that's fine.
That's true. Yeah, we didn't talk about Here Comes the Bastards or Fish On.
You can go over the Steers and Queers, or Steers and Queers. Steers and Queers. Like that's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
Because it's iconic. Everybody fucking knows it, and it's I don't know. It's fun to say Steers and Queers.
It is.
But yeah, Is It Luck? That song's wild.
That bass line.
It's like, what the fuck are you even doing, bro? Like how? Like, what do you? I don't know. You're making noise, and it just came out melodic. Like, just I don't know. Lur's just trying to keep up at this point, right? Like this song would have been like their punker song. It's fucking wild. It's frantic. It's fast. It's way aggressive. It's just punishing, and it never stops.
It never stops, and it always sounds like Lur is like playing an alarm against Les. Like he's playing that really, really high part. You know, it sounds like a fucking alarm because it drones and it just loops.
What else are you gonna do?
You literally can't do anything else with the chaos that is Les on the bass. Like
whenever the bass player, and this is because it's coming from like the small amount of time I've jammed at the neighbor's house. Whenever the bass player comes up with a cool riff and like it's fucking cool and everybody knows it's cool, and the drummer can get on top of it and kind of just back it up. The guitarist, you're stuck being Lur, like you're now Lur, like that's it. Like that should be like the.
But
the
sometimes that's fun though. But sometimes that's really
fun.
fun, yeah, because like you don't really have to do much. You could just accent what the other guys are doing, and it's fun.
And that's what happens here. Or what are the
I think this is like some of the coolest interplay between Les and Lur on this entire record. It's so simple. But it just complements each other so fucking well. And there's this constant tension and through the entire fucking song. Like you're always on the edge of your seat. Like what's gonna happen next? Love it. Love this song. So anyway, that's all I got for this song. Do you have anything else on Is It Luck?
No, I'm just kind of scrolling through all the notes here too. No, I'm good. I'm good,
All right.
baby girl.
I'm good too. So let's give our final thoughts on Sailing the Seas of Cheese. Rate the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album, but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got? Go.
You know what's funny is I remember because I like Kazaa was my main form of downloading music, but I did use LimeWire. I used Napster a little bit. Like I did use these other things, and then like when what was it, like the Pirate Torrent or something like that? What was that one?
Pirate Bay.
Pirate Bay. I remember you.
That was later on. Yeah, that was like
that was way too complicated for
05.
me.
Yeah,
that was when I started asking you to download me entire discographies because I was just that's when I stopped being interested in computers essentially.
Like and 2004, 2003, 2004.
And it still happens today that I don't know how to use anything computer wise. But I remember in LimeWire, there was like a drop down tab and it would have genres and there was like fucking hip hop and like punk and stuff. And I fucking remember there was a tab that said Primus, and it was just Primus.
Only Primus.
And I was always like, dude, this is fucking weird. And I never downloaded it because Primus was too weird for me then. It really, really was. And even still too fucking weird for me. And it still takes me, weeks or years or whatever to kind of get into certain albums. Maybe I will like anti-pop in 2 or 3, 15, 30 years from now. I don't know.
You will, but it's the best record.
But I think like my rating goes in line with like that drop-down tab where it's like, if we give an album a 3 out of 3, right? What is that based off of? It's based off of like what came before it. Like who perfected that? Like why does Hitler Bad by the Vandals deserve a 3 out of 3? Because comparatively to all the other pop punk that came before it, right? Like all these things come into play. But when we talk about like Cheese, like why does this deserve a 2 out of 3? Why does it deserve a 3 out of 3? Because X band did it better before, or Y band did the sound better.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one did it.
No one did Primus.
So to rank I don't know, to give this a 2 out of 3, it's like meaningless. To give this a 3 out of 3 is fucking meaningless. This exists like in this other, I don't know, like Galactus fucking realm, right? It's on a different like plane, it's on a different planet. It's weird. So like if I say, yeah, this is a 3 out of 3, because I do think this is a perfect record, because nothing sounds like this, nothing will ever sound like this except Primus. But even then they don't sound like Cheese. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Like for me this week and kind of this week alone, my rating for this 3 out of 3 is kind of just meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean this is good. Doesn't mean this is bad. It's Primus. This rating is not. I don't give this a numerical rating. I rate this Primus. That's it.
So boring.
That's it.
So fucking boring.
That's it.
All right. Yeah. Sailing the Seas of Cheese. I mean, literally nothing sounds like this. Nothing sounds like Primus. It's so unique. I don't think this is the best record in their discography, but it is their second best. That's just how I feel. Obviously, people will disagree with me, but that's how I feel. I can't even say like this band is super influential. I think the only thing influential about Primus is the drumming. Whenever you hear people say, "Oh yeah, my favorite bassist is Geddy Lee, is Jaco, is Victor Wooten, is I don't know name whoever else is your favorite bass player." Nobody ever really says Les Claypool, because Les Claypool is so above and beyond anything that's normal or just makes any fucking sense. Like nobody really says Les Claypool is no prominent bass player says like Les Claypool is my favorite, because he's so beyond everything that's great. But Primus is a band where every drummer is like, "Oh yeah, I fucking love Herb." Everybody loves Herb. Everybody is inspired by Herb. Every drummer in the last 30, 35 years absolutely loves Herb, and they say Primus is their main inspiration. Primus is truly something special. Nobody will ever compare to Primus. Just really, truly one of the greatest bands of all time, hands down. Regardless of what you think about any of their records, they are the greatest band, like objectively, like one of the greatest bands ever. I really think, because they have it musically, they have it songwriting wise, they have it fan base wise, they have it in every which way. They're just not, the only thing that's weird about them is that they don't live the rock star lifestyle where they're a bunch of alcoholics, drug addicts.
That's not the only thing weird about them.
Well, but yeah, it's not the only thing weird. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Primus
Ranking
is
this
great.
band's difficult because
it's so difficult.
When you rank something, you rank it on something else.
But you can't. There's nothing to compare Primus to.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. Like when we did the album rankings, like my top 6 could change. They could change drastically. Maybe not Antipop, because that is my favorite.
Except for your
even Antipop. Honestly though, like all jokes aside, Cheese is something.
Terrible.
No, Cheese is something very, very special, and Cheese honestly could be my number one. I do joke around a lot with Antipop, because I do really love it.
Joke around a lot,
but in all seriousness, their first, or like their top 6 records can be interchangeable depending on your mood. Really, really what it comes down to. So yeah, truly a great band, and Cheese, Sailing the Seas of Cheese. I don't do this often.
Oh God,
I don't do this often. I'm going to give this a perfect 3 out of 3. Perfect 3 out of 3 for me here. So that's the way she goes. And thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's all we have for this episode. So thanks for listening. And that's it. That's all.